So today we shall learn about perspective projection. So in engineering graphics, up to now we have learned about two type of projection methods. One is known as orthographic projection. So that is the first one that we have learned. In orthographic projection, usually we'll be having two planes of projection. One is the horizontal plane, another one is the vertical plane. And in some rare cases, we will be using a profile plane also in order to get a side view. So on the vertical plane, we'll be getting a front view, and on the horizontal plane, we'll be getting a top view. So when you are getting a front view and top view, usually these images will be having the same size as that of the object, and in all these cases our assumption is the observer is at infinity. The visual rays that are coming from the eyes of the observer, it is perpendicular to the plane of projection and it is perpendicular to the object also. So this is an assumption of orthographic projection. But orthographic projection is not a realistic projection. Although we are getting two views of the object, that is the front view and top view, and in some rare cases we'll be getting a side view also. So it is not like a front view or a top view or a side view. We are actually seeing the object. So the actual visualization of the object is something different from the front view, top view and side view. So that is a limitation regarding orthographic view. Then in isometric projection and isometric view, we are getting a 3D like image of a 3D object on a 2D plane. The main limitation of orthographic projection and isometric projection is in these two projection methods, we are not getting the actual picture of the object. That is, if you are seeing an object or a solid with our eyes, it is not orthographic or isometric. It is something else. So, how to do this actual representation of an object in a more realistic way? So, that is what we are learning in perspective projection. So, perspective projection is a method of graphic representation of an object on a single plane, which is known as a picture plane, and it is the most realistic way of representing a 3D object. So first we have to learn the different type of planes in the perspective projection. So for the time being, please forget or please erase all the things that you have learned in orthographic projection and isometric projection. That is horizontal plane, vertical plane, profile plane, etc. Everything for the time being, you please erase it for the time being, you erase it from your mind. Now we shall consider the perspective projection. So we are having different type of planes in perspective projection. So first we shall learn about, so here I have drawn the 3D like representation of how to get a perspective projection. So here you can see a black colored line. So it is something that is of a 3D nature. So here onto the bottommost portion, I have drawn a transparent plane. So this black colored surface, it is representing a transparent plane, and this plane is known as ground plane, or in short it is known as GP. So it is usually on the ground plane we will be keeping the solids or we will be keeping the objects on the ground plane. So this is the first plane that we have to learn, and this is known as ground plane. So this is something that is similar to our horizontal plane in the orthographic projection. And next plane that we have to learn is known as the horizon plane. So this is the horizon plane. This orange colored chain plane is known as a horizon plane. So horizon plane, it is parallel to the ground plane. Okay, so the second plane is known as horizon plane. It is parallel to the ground plane. And in this case or in this diagram, I have not shown one more plane. Actually, we are having one more plane, but for the time being, it is not necessary. It is known as auxiliary ground plane. Auxiliary ground plane. So an auxiliary ground plane is any transparent plane which is parallel to the ground plane. So an auxiliary ground plane is any other plane which is transparent to the ground plane. So the first plane is the ground plane and the second plane is the horizon plane. The third plane is, so this plane, this red colored plane. So this plane, it is known as the picture plane. So here it is written as PP. PP is the short form of the picture plane. So picture plane, it is represented using red color here. So picture plane, it is actually perpendicular to both the ground plane and the horizon plane. So picture plane is perpendicular to the ground plane and it is also perpendicular to the horizon plane. So this is the third plane. So what is the importance of the picture plane? Picture plane is the plane on which we are getting the perspective projection. So the perspective projection or the image, the actual image of the object is assumed to be formed on this picture plane. And the fourth plane, it is known as the central plane. Here we are having a chain line in green color. So here we are having a chain line in green color. So this chain line in green color, so this is representing another plane and this plane is known as central plane. This plane, it is known as the central plane. In short, it is known as CP. So central plane, it is perpendicular to all the previously mentioned three planes. That is the ground plane, the horizon plane and the picture plane. It is mutually perpendicular to all the previously mentioned three planes. So this is this green colored plane. It is known as the central plane or CP. Now here I have just drawn a position. Here I have drawn the picture of an eye. So this position, it is known as the station point. Station point is the point where the observer's eye is located. So in perspective projection, the observer is not at infinity. He is somewhere in the near vicinity of the object. So that is the main difference between the orthographic projection and the perspective projection. In perspective projection, the observer is standing somewhere near to the object. So here we are having an object. It is something that is similar to a light post. So here this is the object and this is our observer. So here we are having the eyes of the observer. So it is assumed that the visual rays, these rays are known as the visual rays. So these visual rays are coinciding or it is converging to the station point, which is the eye of the observer. And when the visual rays are converging to the eye of the observer, here we are having a plane. This plane is known as picture plane. The observer feels that the object is placed on the picture plane and the size of the image. So this is the image. So this is known as the perspective view. So this is the image which is formed on the perspective. So this is the image which is formed on the picture plane. So the size of the image is smaller than that of the object. So the object is larger in size, the image is smaller in size, and here we are having the station point or eye of the observer. So here we are getting an image and this image is known as the perspective view. When the observer is standing here, he feels that this object is placed on the picture plane and that feeling is known as the perspective view. So this case, it is similar to the case of a camera, or it is similar to the technique that we are using in photography. So in photography, we will be having a lens or we will be having a film here. So in front of the lens of the camera or film of the camera, we will be having our object and we are observing the object through the camera lens or through the camera film and we are standing somewhere behind the camera. Okay, so this is the camera lens and we are observing the object through the lens and we are getting the image somewhere on the lens of the camera. So here this is the station point, this is the lens and this is the object and we are getting a smaller image of this object on this picture plane. So this is the concept. So here I have drawn two visual rays. Here I have drawn two visual rays. So here the another main concept that we have to remember is the visual rays, they are not perpendicular to the object and they are not perpendicular to the plane of projection. So here the plane of projection is the picture plane. So here these two are the visual rays. I have drawn a sample visual ray. So in this case, the visual rays, they are not perpendicular to the object and they are not perpendicular to the plane of projection. In this case, the plane of projection is our picture plane. Whereas in the case of orthographic projection, it is assumed that the visual rays are perpendicular to the object and they are perpendicular to the plane of projection. And the observer is assumed to be at infinity. So these are the various planes in the perspective projection. So now let us learn about some other terminologies that are related to a perspective projection. So here the picture plane and the ground plane, they are meeting at a point, or they are having a common line, and this line, it is known as the ground line. So here the ground plane and the picture plane, they are having a common meeting point, and this common meeting point or common meeting line is known as the ground line. Next, we are having a horizon plane. So we are having a horizon plane here. The horizon plane and the picture plane, they are meeting at a common point, or they are meeting through a line, and this line is known as horizon line. And the central plane is here. So here we are having the central plane. So this position, it is known as station point or eye. Okay, so this position, it is known as the station point or eye. And the height of the horizon plane with respect to the ground plane, it is the height of the observer. If the height of the observer is more, that is, suppose he is having more height than this, the horizon plane also will be lifted up. Suppose the observer is having a smaller height, the horizon plane will be lowered. So the height of the horizon plane with respect to the ground plane, it is directly related to the height of the observer. Once again, the height of the horizon plane with respect to the ground plane, it is related directly to the height of the observer. So these are the terminologies that are related to a perspective projection. So here I have marked the central plane. Now next point that you have to learn is, this is known as axis of vision. So axis of vision is a line that is passing through this center of the horizon plane, which is starting from the object, and here this point is known as center of vision. Center of vision is the meeting point of the axis of vision with respect to the horizon line. So these are the main terminologies that are related to the perspective projection. So once again I shall repeat which are the planes. So first we are having the ground plane. So ground plane is the bottommost plane in the perspective projection, and it is usually on the ground plane we'll be keeping our objects. The next plane is known as the horizon plane. So this horizon plane, it is parallel to the ground plane, and always the horizon plane will be at the height of the observer. Next plane, it is known as the picture plane. So this is the picture plane. So the picture plane is a plane on which the image of the object is formed. And the last one is known as the central plane. So this last one is known as the central plane. And the central plane is mutually perpendicular to the ground plane, horizon plane, and the picture plane. The horizon plane and the ground plane, they are parallel to each other, and both of them are transparent. Both the ground plane and the horizon plane, it is perpendicular to the picture plane. Whereas the central plane, it is perpendicular to the picture plane, the ground plane, and the horizon plane. So these points you have to keep it in mind while we are doing problems related to perspective projection. We shall discuss about the front view and top view of this plane system. So here, as I have mentioned, we have got around some 4 planes. We have got a 5th plane also, it is not represented here. So we are having the ground plane, horizon plane, then we are having the picture plane, then the central plane. So when you are taking a front view and top view of this setup, how will it look like? So that is what we are going to discuss now. So if you are observing it from the front, so you consider that this is the front view direction. This direction is the front view direction. So if you are observing from the front, you will be able to see this line, which is known as ground line. Okay, so here this line is known as ground line. So what is ground line? Ground line is the line of intersection of the picture plane with respect to the ground plane. Second one is known as the horizon line. So horizon line is the intersection of the horizon plane with respect to the picture plane. Then you will be able to see the central plane also. This is the central plane. So the central plane, the ground line and the horizon line. So these three lines will be visible in the front view. So if you consider this ground line, so here ground line and this ground plane, they are in the same plane. Okay, so in effect ground line means ground plane itself. Then the second one is horizon line. So horizon line is at the height of the observer, and when you are considering this horizon line, it can be similarized to the horizon plane itself. And this is a central plane. This is known as the central plane. So I have drawn a front view and top view of this setup. So here I have drawn the front view. So in this region I have drawn the front view of the corresponding plane system. So here we are having the ground line, here we are having the horizon line, and here we are having the central plane. So this area is the front view of this plane system, and this is the top view. So I shall explain the top view. So in the top view you will be able to see the picture plane as a line, and the central plane also will be visible as a line in the top view. So in the top view you can see the picture plane and the central plane. So these two planes will be visible in the top view, whereas the ground plane, the horizon plane, etc., it won't be visible in the top view. So the central plane is a plane which is commonly visible both in the front view and in the top view. So that is why I have drawn it throughout the length of the page. So here this represents the picture plane in the top view, and this represents the central plane in the top view. So central plane CP, picture plane PP, horizon line HL, and ground line GL. So SP means station point. So here I have marked two station points. So SP dash is the station point in the front view, and SP is the station point in the top view. So what do you mean by the station point in the front view and top view? So here, if you notice, this is the station point, which is known as the eye. So here is where the observer is standing. So when you are observing from the front view, this position is visible in the front view, the height of the observer with respect to the ground plane. So this height will be visible, height of the observer will be visible in the front view. That is what I have represented here as SP dash, SP dash. So it is at the height of the observer we are having the horizon plane. It is at the height of the observer we are having the horizon plane. So that is why the horizon line is represented here. So it is through the station point in the front view the horizon line is passing through. Next, when you are observing from the top, you can see the picture plane and you can see the central plane also. And also you can see the distance of the station point with respect to the corresponding picture plane. So here we are having a distance. So this is the distance between the station point and the picture plane. So this distance, you can see the station point, how much mm or how much is the distance of the picture plane with respect to the station point. So that is also represented here. So here we are having the picture plane, and this is the distance of the station point with respect to the picture plane. So if you consider this as the front view and top view of the different type of plane system, what is represented above this ruler, this is representing the top view of the plane system. So here we are having the picture plane, here we are having the station point in the top view, here we are having the central plane, and the portion which is below this ruler, it is representing the front view of the plane system, in which we can see the ground line, the horizon line, and the central plane, and the station point in the front. Usually we will be keeping the solids behind the picture plane. So here we are having the ground plane. We will be placing usually the objects on the ground plane, and usually it will be behind the picture plane. So behind the picture plane means where is the location? Here this is the picture plane. Behind the picture plane means when you are observing from the top view, the solid will be resting somewhere here, or else you can assume that the solid can be resting in this area also. So the solid can be resting behind the picture plane. Usually it is behind the picture plane. In some cases it will be touching the picture plane, and in some cases even the solid will be in front of the picture plane. So the solid can be resting either on the right hand side or on the left hand side. So these are the informations that are related to the new type of plane system which we are using for the perspective projection. Now we shall see the three different cases which occurs in the case of a perspective projection. So here I have just made the orientation of the page like this. So here this is the picture plane. So we are having three cases: case number 1, case number 2, case number 3. Okay, so you can consider this as case number 1, case number 2, and case number 3. So in this case, the object is, this is the picture plane, this is the object, and this is the station point. So in this case, the object is behind the picture plane. So when the object is behind the picture plane, you will be getting an image on the picture plane which is having a lesser size than that of the object. So here the object is having a lesser size than that of the, sorry, here the image is having a smaller size than that of the object because the object is behind the picture plane, and here we are having the station point. These are the visual rays which are incidenting on the station point, that is the eye of the observer. The second case is the object itself is on the picture plane. Suppose the object is, you imagine that the object is on the picture plane. What about the size of the image? The size of the image and the size of the object will be the same. So on the picture plane itself we are getting an image, and the image size and the object size, they will be one and the same. And here we have represented the visual rays, and this is the station point. The third case is the object is in front of the picture plane. The object, so this is the picture plane, this red colored line is the picture plane, and this is the object. So the object is in front of the picture plane. So when it comes like this, the image is always formed on the picture plane. The image is always formed on the picture plane. The image of the object will be larger in size. So this is the third case. So in this case, it is something that is similar to a photography problem. That is, the object is in front of the camera, you are having a lens here, the image is formed here, and usually the size of the image is lesser than that of the object. And in this case, the object and image are in the same position. And in the third case, this is something that is similar to a case that is happening in a cinema theater. So in a cinema theater in olden days, I think you remember that we will be having a film. So we'll be having a film roll here, and from this side of the film roll, we'll be just projecting some light, and this film image or this film roll's image, it will be projected on a bigger screen. So that is what is happening in a cinema theater. So the object size will be small, and from this small size object we are projecting the image to a larger screen, and you will be getting a larger image. So these are the three cases which are happening in perspective. For the time being, we will be discussing only these two cases due to the limitation in time.